I'm Alex Michaels.
And I'm Christine Devine. We are on top of breaking news. The nation still reeling tonight from the deadliest school shooting in the U.S. in nearly a decade.
This after an armed man entered a West Texas elementary school today, killing at least 19 children and 2 teachers.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says 18-year-old Salvador Ramos is a suspected shooter. He is among the dead. Authorities say he acted alone. He had a handgun and possibly a rifle when he opened fire. He reportedly wore body armor.
This happened at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. It's about 75 miles from the border. The governor says 2 police officers were shot and wounded, but they are expected to survive.
We have live team coverage. Christy Fajardo has the latest from Texas. Gina Silva and Coco McAvoy both have local reaction. We start, though, with you, Christy.
Yeah, Christine and Alex, police say the gunman shot his grandmother and crashed his car into a ditch before going on his murderous rampage. And tonight, the question is why?
At the Reunification Center in Uvalde, Texas, not even holding their children could break parents' grief. The massacre of 19 elementary school students and 2 teachers had even first responders seeking comfort. The overwhelming loss of young lives prompting tears and anger.
As a nation, we have to ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby? When in God's name we do what we all know in our gut needs to be done?
President Biden addressed the nation hours after investigators say 18-year-old Salvador Ramos shot his grandmother, then went to Robb Elementary, armed with a handgun and possibly a rifle, reportedly going room to room, firing hundreds of rounds before he was killed. Dozens of other children are still in the hospital, many of them listed in critical condition.
Beautiful, innocent, 2nd, 3rd, 4th graders. And how many scores of little children who witnessed what happened see their friends die as if they're on a battlefield, for God's sake.
An army of law enforcement responded to the shooting. It was a Border Patrol agent, investigators say, who killed Ramos.
Teachers, anybody that was in his way, he started shooting every single person. We had several law enforcement officers try to make entry into the school, but they were met with gunfire by the suspect.
The images of anguished parents and children being loaded up into ambulances is renewing the debate over gun control.
But I'm here on this floor to beg, to literally get down on my hands and knees and beg my colleagues. Find a path forward here.
Law enforcement has identified Eva Morales as one of the victims. The 4th grade teacher at Robb Elementary is remembered as an avid hiker who reveled in teaching children in the Latino community. She taught at the school for 17 years. The school's website says she was a mother and married to a police officer. Her family is now grieving, but the fate of others is still uncertain.
And tonight we are learning that one of the young victims was 10-year-old Xavier Lopez, his family confirming their loss. And tonight throughout the nation there are prayers for those who survived and tears for those who didn't.